Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, we are talking about the clown. As you guys know, in the 4th-year anniversary stream, they spoke a little bit about the clown, and they also spoke about the clown a little bit in their Q&A as well. And during these things where they talk about the clown, they mentioned him getting a buff, and we're going to be seeing that buff pretty soon. And I was very excited for that. However, during the PTB, the only changes we truly received to the clown was 1. And I don't know if this is going to be the only change we will get to the clown, but I'm hoping that we get some more. And in this video, I'm going to explain the changes that I think we could use to make the clown better, and so on and so forth. So let's jump on into it. Remember, we are also live on Twitch right now. We're doing a giveaway for the brand new Pyramid Head DLC. 10 winners will be announced, so if you want to come and enter that giveaway or help us in our partner push on Twitch, the link will be in the description. Anyways, let's talk about the clown. So the only change that we are receiving to the clown is quite simple. Every time he reloads his bottles, he won't have this slow down animation, so he won't walk slower. His movement speed will remain the same, and that's pretty much it. That is the only change we're getting. So he'll just reload his bottles at normal speed at 115, and that's it. Is that enough to make clown from the very bottom D tier to anything higher? Not really, in my opinion, because there were add-ons to help you with this. You could have used faster reload add-ons, as I do all the time in Pork Stopper, I believe. And that was pretty much it. Faster reload and slow time, it kind of equates to the same thing. So it left me thinking that, in my opinion, clown is in the D tier. This won't be enough to change him. How can we fix him? And I came up with a bit of a solution that would make him a little bit better, and I think it also makes sense logically. So let's jump on into my idea, which is quite simple. The more bottles that you consume or you're hit by, the harsher the penalty of the effect is. And you can use add-ons to work around this concept and idea. If the clown were to get a full-on rework, such as the Doctor or Freddy or any other killers that have had this major rework, and clown is the next person on the list, only changing the reload speed doesn't seem enough to me, and I think a little bit more would do well. And logically speaking, the more bottles you consume, the harsher the penalty should be. So what exactly should these penalties be? Well, we could always change them and mix them around, but realistically, I was thinking that the more bottles you consume, the slower your movement speed becomes up until you are hit. Once you are hit, the duration of this is done. Obviously, your vision will still get foggy, you'll still cough, you'll still yell. And the first bottle, you already move at a slower movement speed, so this isn't a too far-fetched idea. Now with the more bottles coming on in, because remember, when you're playing with clown and you're a more experienced survivor, when you get hit by a bottle, normally the clown tries to mind game you, go around the other side, get the hit on you. You could drop the pallet, continue looping, go to another loop. And if the clown is inaccurate as well, it doesn't help them whatsoever. And with the slower movement speed, it doesn't really affect you that much. However, imagine now if you're still looping around doing your thing, but the more bottles you're consuming, the harsher that penalty becomes. So instead of moving at 90%, you then move at 85, 80, 75. And you move really slow until that clown gets that hit. So it's pretty much almost a guaranteed hit if they use the bottles, but you still have chances to run the pallets, run the vaults, to evade it. And as soon as you evade it, remember, you need to be hit by more than one bottle. The clown has to be really accurate. So it also depends on the skill of the player as well, tying into that factor of a high skill cap to a killer, something that the clown realistically doesn't have. And you can rework add-ons to work around this concept, whereas instead of just movement speed, sometimes you can give them more status effects depending on if they are injured. Maybe if you hit them with 4 bottles, they become broken for a duration amount of time if they're already injured. There's many things that they could work around with this idea. Now, obviously, my idea is, way far from being completed. Just reduction in movement speed might be a little too strong and, spammable, and there might be more flaws in itself, but it is a cool concept to think about, and I think that's one of the only things that they realistically could do for clown. Normally, when we take a look at some of the killers that we already have in the game that received the buff, they also got a tracking ability. Think about the Doctor. He has a static blast it gives him information. Think about Freddy. He can now teleport to different generators and apply more pressure. With the clown, however, you can't really do anything, so to speak, to give him a tracking ability. Maybe the only thing that you could do is give him like one giant bottle or something that, you know, intoxicates the entire map for a set amount of time, which doesn't really make sense. So I think the only logically thing to do to make the clown more viable and better is to help his power in chases. And this roots down to the idea that we had before of if a killer is good, they have one of two things or both. If they're really good, does their power help them in chase, aka how does it help them in looping, and do they have enough pressure to work around the map for generators? And with the clown, he doesn't really have either of these. Yes, technically his power helps him in chase, but it's not really a good one. So if we buff that one up and we just forget about the other one, it still could be pretty viable and he could be mid-tier, similar to a pyramid head type of killer. But that is going to wrap up this video, my friends. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you guys want to see with the clown. Obviously, we are going to be getting this patch in just 10 days. Maybe you'll see more stuff for the clown. Maybe we'll see that in a mid-chapter patch, or they might look on into a different killer. We'll have to wait and see. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys. Make sure you check out the giveaway, which will be linked down below. It'll take you to our Twitch, and all the information will be there. Again, we are also on our partner push. This is the final 2 weeks of it, so I would really appreciate it if you guys came on out. And as always, I'm the King. Tip my crown to you guys. We'll see you in the fog.